Sipilele, Ncamalala, Sipilele. Anyele, President Jacob Zuma, anyele. Ripilele, Ncamalala, Ripilele. Amandla. Away, two. Sabonga kakhulu inkomo iKhensilera Leboga. Thank you very much, Program Director, who is a member of the National High Command, Commander Luda Libelo. We want to take this opportunity first to greet our President in absentia, President Jacob Gedleyihlekisa Mhlanganyela Zuma, and send our birthday wishes on behalf of the entire organization Umkhonto weSizwe and on behalf of majority of voters in the people and the Republic of South Africa. Because Umkhonto weSizwe represents majority of people and majority of voters in South Africa. We will of course illustrate that with the process that we're engaged in the courts of law, but also we're going to decisively illustrate that Umkhonto weSizwe represents majority of the people in South Africa when we go to the 2026 local government elections and the 2029 general elections, where Umkhonto weSizwe is going to record a decisive victory. We want to greet the ex-combatants, military veterans of Umkhonto weSizwe, the Liberation Army, of the forces that come from APLA, and all the military veterans from all the fighting forces that fought for total freedom and emancipation. We want to greet the leadership of Umkhonto weSizwe Women's League, which in terms of the program that was adopted by the National High Command is supposed to launch in August 2025. It's led here by the National Coordinator Lindiwe Mchali. Umkhonto weSizwe Youth League is currently holding a program in KwaMashu in eThekwini. The leadership, majority of them are there, but we've got the leadership of the province here with us. Umkhonto weSizwe Students Movement, which is the fastest growing student movement in South Africa today, and winning majority of the students' representative councils that are taking place. Want to greet the leadership of Manda Ashu Workers Union of South Africa. So MAUSA is a union that organizes workers, mostly those who work in the expanded public works program, the EPWP. So if you are a worker in EPWP, even if that job was given to you by councillors of other parties, you must know that there is the largest union that represents workers in EPWP, and it's called MAUSA. It's associated with Umkhonto weSizwe. We also want to acknowledge Umkhonto weSizwe people with disabilities. So Umkhonto weSizwe National High Command, as part of building Umkhonto weSizwe as a revolutionary movement, we have decided and resolved to constitute a desk that is going to have presence at ward level, at sub-regional level, regional level, provincial level, and have independent national leadership to specifically look on issues of people with disabilities. So we have a structure of people with disabilities. We also want to acknowledge the leadership of the Progressive Civics Congress, PCC. So PCC is not a political party, it's a civic organization. It's a civic organization that must be bigger than SANCO. You must take note, leadership of PCC, that was saying it must be bigger than Sanko. PCC must exist in each and every village, in each and every township, in each and every informal settlement. And it must deal with civic issues. PCC must not be associated with wrong elements in Mkhonto weSizwe. It must be a civic organization that deal with issues of the communities. We also want to acknowledge all the leadership structures of Mkhonto weSizwe, members of parliament in the National Assembly, as Comrade Des and the Chief Whip are here, but also the leadership that is deployed in the provincial legislature here in the Gauteng province. And we want to greet the many councillors that continue to grow of Mkhonto weSizwe, that before we even participate in local government and government elections, every time there's a Wednesday of by-elections, you are quite assured and guaranteed that Mkhonto weSizwe is going to come with 1 or 2 councillors. As we said, before 2026, Mkhonto weSizwe will be having a higher number of councillors, ward councillors, than political parties that contested the 2021 local government elections. We also want to greet Abafundisi, those who are organized under the Mkhonto weSizwe interreligious movement, but also those who are members of Mkhonto weSizwe in their own right. Because we have got an organization in Mkhonto weSizwe called Mkhonto weSizwe Interreligious Movement, whose leadership is still going to be fully appointed representative, Bishop Zondor of all provinces, gender balance and all faiths. We want to also acknowledge Abelaphi bendabuko. They constitute a very important component of Mkhonto weSizwe, the leadership of the zones and sub-regions, the leadership of regions, the provincial detachment of Gauteng province, and want to congratulate upfront the leadership of Gauteng for having organized this birthday celebration of President Zuma here in Gauteng with very little, if no resources. So that is a demonstration of leadership that knows what it is doing. We also want to acknowledge the servants from the African Transformation Movement, the ATM, which is our strategic ally. So if you want to know what is the relationship between the MK and ATM, you must just understand the simple fact that when the ballot is printed in 2026 and 2029, ourselves, Mkhonto weSizwe, and all members and supporters of ATM, so vota ndawonye. That is the strategic alliance and unification of all the progressive forces that we're taking. But most importantly, comrades, want to greet and acknowledge the ground forces of Mkhonto weSizwe, who are the lifeblood of this organization. We are not going to have an organization without active ground forces that do work of the movement, and want to greet the people of South Africa who have joined us through different models.